We're
Hello,
live.
hello, hello. We are live and in color. Another edition of The Appeal, produced by none other than Brilliant Bean Media and Sia Yasa Tornrat. Of course, my amazing partner and sidekick. I don't know, sidekick, is that the right word? You're
Yeah, I'd
like my
rather be
big sister.
than yeah. Nah,
You're more like my big
whatevs.
sister. Anyways, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing wonderful. Had a great, wonderful weekend. How about you? You've been a busy
I'm
boy.
I'm a busy man in many respects. So are you. I want to hear about your live stream this past Saturday. We'll talk about that after the Open. You're doing some crazy fun stuff in a new arena, if you will. It's something I never thought that you would embark on, but it doesn't surprise me being the Tasmanian devil that you are. And you're having a lot of fun with it, aren't you?
Absolutely, it's a learning lesson for sure, for sure. So, yeah, I launched a K-pop reaction channel specifically around the band The Stray Kids, and
And
yes,
you just went and saw a movie and all that good
and I
stuff.
went to go see the oh, I'm a baby stay, 100%, no 2 ways about it, but I am doing it for business purposes. It's actually this channel is a live use case, live case study. So stay tuned because more my information I'm taking in will be, translated to business concepts.
Absolutely. And you've told me that since day one, you're doing this not because you're a huge K-pop fan, but you want to learn how to better uplift shows like The Appeal, right? And because of that, this show, as you know, Sia, would not be possible, of course, if not for your work, but if not for the sponsorship of our amazing presenting sponsor, Speakeasy Custom Tattoo. And if you don't know, Speakeasy Custom Tattoo is located in the Wicker Park neighborhood of Chicago in the historic Flatiron Building. With over 30 years of experience, they have a curated staff of magnificently talented local and international artists, and they continue to host monthly guests from all around the world. They're an appointment-only custom tattoo shop offering a wide range of styles in a clean and relaxing atmosphere. And no matter the style you're looking for, they will absolutely help make your vision come to life. So be sure to check out their artists on their website at www.speakeasycustomtattoo.com. Be sure to tell them Chris sent you. As you know, Sia Patrick is my personal artist, and we're going to get you a tattoo sooner or later through him. But let's kick off this show with that amazing video, huh?
Let's do it.
I was
Woohoo!
dancing backstage. I was still talking about Speakeasy to those watching on Instagram. But I wanted to hear a little bit more. Sia, briefly talk about, you did a 3-hour live stream on Saturday, just educating people about this K-pop band, the Stray Kids, pretty much. And you had guests, and you were just, I had to, of course, chime in a little bit about Pearl Jam. But
Of
tell folks what
course.
you're doing with that. What you're doing with that.
Yeah, all it is, you guys, if you are familiar with the concept of a reaction channel, what I do is sit there with a guest, actually a LinkedIn guest, and I introduce them to Stray Kids. So we watch a song and they talk about it. It's very simple premise. What's fascinating and what I'm learning from a case study perspective is how K-pop industry markets their product, i.e., the bands, right? And though I'm only focused on Stray Kids, I'm not going to lie to you, K-pop industry in general, I'm not a big I never thought I'd like that kind of mainstream poppy type music, but Stray Kids has their own vibe because they produce their own music. But anyway, on that note, there are a lot of great business concepts in marketing that we can leverage and apply to make it make sense, because I think one of the biggest problems with businesses is we do not know how to market for a community to give a damn about what we're doing. Same for nonprofits, right? How do we get people to care about our advocacy? And so stay tuned, Chris, because the appeal and all of your clients are going to net the benefits from what I'm learning. So it's not
All
just
right. I'm
me
going to hold you to it. You
fangirling.
heard it here, folks. We're going to be going viral before you know it, right? Is that what I heard, Sia?
Yeah,
No
yeah.
pressure. All
No
right. All
pressure.
right. Well, that's great. And speaking of nonprofits, as you know, it's gala season. And I've had my first event a week and a half ago for St. Isaac's Jogues of Hinsdale. And the season is just getting underway, and I'm ramping up with some great events upcoming here in February, Robinson High School and Blaine Elementary. And then in the March, I'll be working with the Chessmen Club of the North Shore and our next guest. But before we do that, I wanted just to talk about our nonprofit, which you sit on the board of, thankfully, and I'm one of the co-founders and president. of the Walking Tall movement. And we just launched our first ever fundraiser, the first annual Impact Bracket Challenge via the Walking Tall movement, co-hosted by our other board member, Mr. Theo Powell. So Theo, if you're out there, shout out to you. Thanks for all your work on this. But yeah, exactly as it sounds, for those of you that participate in a March Madness bracket style pool, we're using these efforts as a fundraiser. While it's free to play, no donation is necessary to join. We're kindly asking to just help us advance our efforts. And I've had a lot of work as of late as well. And speaking of efforts with our workshops. So go to walkingtallmovement.com. You'll see the tab Impact Bracket Challenge there. Please click on the link. It'll give you all the information to join and participate and help us grow our movement. But yeah, I just got done a couple weeks ago. I was at Kentucky State talking on behalf of the Walking Tall movement. And then just past Saturday, I was at the State of Illinois annual JC's conference in Champaign, kicked off the event with my presentation, again, in support of the Walking Tall movement. So, Sia, thanks for all your work on that. It's going to make a difference in many respects.
Absolutely. And for anyone that doesn't know anything, and you are on par with me to say I like ball games, and that's the equivalent of your knowledge, don't be afraid. The bracket is for everyone. It's not rocket science. I mean, you could basically do what I do, which is basically close my eyes and just throw. So you probably would do better than me. So everyone try it. It's fun.
Yeah, we have some great prizes. We're giving away some merchandise and some other items. And again, we're just working to, grow our movement by collecting donations and email addresses so we can continue to inform folks about what it is we're up to. But I did mention the Chessmen Club of the North Shore and our next guest, Mr. Peter Braithwaite. But if you don't know much about the Chessmen Club, Sia, since 1958, this organization has existed as one of the nation's oldest African-American male-ran organizations. And their work empowers Black youth to become leaders and impact their communities in many, many positive ways. Since 1958, they've provided more than $500,000 in scholarships to their communities. Wow. They've provided 10,000 food baskets, helping feed over 50,000 people. Their work is miraculous, and I can't wait to hear all about it. So I want to keep talking about Stray Kids and our Impact Bracket Challenge. I'm going to kick you backstage and welcome Peter to the show.
Awesome. Hey, that is huge. I cannot wait to learn more. See you guys.
Hey, Chris. Good morning.
Peter, how are you today? Welcome to the appeal. It's my honor to uplift you and the Chessmen Club and talk a little bit about our upcoming gala in March, which I'm honored to serve as your auctioneer. So if you don't mind, tell folks who you are and a little bit about the Chessmen Club.
Well, perfect. First, let me say thank you to you, Chris, your viewers. I had a chance to listen in to Sia. Super excited to have you in front of our, close to 400 attendees audience, helping us to expand our mission and make money to support our partners in the city of Evanston.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So you have served the community in many respects. You've been an alderman in the city of Evanston, but you're now a board member of the Chessmen Club. So talk a little bit about that and what the club's all about.
Well, I appreciate that. So you did a great job teeing it up. We're one of the oldest all Black male organizations, definitely on the North Shore. We would have to fact check that in the nation, but we take a lot of pride of our years in service and the members that have participated. Our mission is very simple. Through the funds that are raised through this effort and other grant opportunities, we provide scholarships for deserving students at ETHS. You talked about the food program, just given the state of our economy. This is something that we've been doing for quite some time. And as prices of food get more expensive and people are concerned about losing their jobs, we do take it very seriously, even for a town as affluent as Evanston. So thank you for giving us an opportunity to lift that up. And then the other thing that we do, and I'd like to talk about our expanded board. Many of our board members, you mentioned my involvement in local government, are involved across the board. So I tell people we're like a Black Rotary. Everyone has their professional job or run their own business. They're also active in other areas across town, including local government, school. We've had members serve in our local school, represent us very well. So that's it in a nutshell. I'll let you start off whatever questions I can answer.
Yeah, well, the other thing that really struck a chord with me, and I was super excited to hear more about, is you guys also host community health forums, right? And you're
We do.
working in your communities to educate in many different fashions. And so I wanted to hear a little bit more about that, if you don't mind.
So I mentioned we serve like a Rotarian club, so we don't do everything. We really rely on our partnerships. In Evanston, Illinois has a number of nonprofits that serve our community in many different ways. So I want to be really clear to say, like, these opportunities that we do in partnership with many of our residents and organizations. That way we're not like trying to duplicate anyone's wheelhouse, but specifically the health issue, or I would call the health crisis. It's national with particularly with our young Black families. It's access to that health care, which is, the barriers are often like information and also finances. So we've partnered in the past with Evanston Hospital. We've partnered with our City of Evanston's health department, and we really try to lift up and fund any gaps where there's a focus, particularly on families of color or where there's, financial disparities.
I love it. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out www.chessmenclub.org. That's ChessmenClub.org. And Peter, as I hear what you're saying about the work it is you do, I just think how empowering it is to have successful men like yourselves in the board and all those members of the club advocate for some of the underserved populations of which you basically identify with, if that makes sense, right?
Absolutely.
And just knowing that there is a greater future ahead with folks like yourself, empowering those individuals to become more educated, to help with scholarships so they can have a better life for themselves, just makes me so humbled to know that there's great people like you in the world doing great work, because it's needed, right? As you said, the state of our economy, the state of our nation in many respects, right? Yeah. We could even, without getting too much into it, we could think about the polarizing nature of yesterday's halftime show at the Super Bowl, for God's sakes, right?
Well, I would say
and advocating and uplifting.
Polarizing for some, unifying for others, right?
So beautifully said. So beautifully said. Divisive for some, and embracing for others, I guess, right? And as you said, but to have folks like yourself in the community working alongside other nonprofits and other great organizations that make sure don't forget about those you identify with, is just in this community. And I just want to thank you for your work.
Well, thank you very much.
And so how did you become a member of the Chessmen Club? How long have you been a board member? I know, as you said, you were an alderman in the city of Evanston, but I want to hear the story, because we don't often get on our show board members, right? We often get directors of development or executive directors. So hearing the story of a board member is really unique and interesting. And I want to hear a little bit more about how that came to be.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to see if I can share this as quickly as possible. So the fundraiser that you're going to attend is two things. Number one, it elevates Black leadership here in town and those that have had a significant impact in our community for that year. In addition to that acknowledgement, then the funds raised go back into our community. Over the last year, because I think we raised somewhere between, or I should focus on the net, I think we're close to $200,000. And when you look at the city of Evanston, there's a rubber chicken dinner every other weekend, and we don't have a full-time staff member. 90% of our funds go right back into the community. So we're looking forward, with your help, to break over that $200,000 mark for the first time in our history, which again, we take a lot of pride in. So you asked, how did I get involved? Over 30 years ago, myself and another good colleague of mine, his name is Rod Joy. He is now doing great things in our community and nationwide. We were honored as we were honorees back in, oh God, I want to say it's well over 20 or 30 years. I can't even remember.
Don't date yourself.
Yeah, I'm 50 plus now. Back then I was like 25, and working with youth in our community, as well as my good friend Rod Joy, and we were recognized by the club. And I have to be honest, prior to that, I didn't really have much knowledge of the organization, but I was there. I was in front of a group of people who looked just like me, really honored to be recognized, especially at a very young age, which I would say that really helped my career and trajectory and giving back to our community over the many years. And so after attending the event, I was invited to a meeting, and there are some notable people. I feel bad if I don't remember someone's name, but at the time the president was Bill Logan, who was our first Black police chief. There were men like Morris Bearfield, who was the first Black teacher at New Trier, Robert Reese, Dudley Brown, George Dawson. I mean, the names go on, just people that I've respected so much in our community. And in addition to our Chessmen Club, many of those members serve in our oldest Black basketball league, Fellowship of African American Men. They're members and leaders in their church communities. So to be young and invited to that group, it was an honor. And I've remained faithful over the years, given all the things that I've been involved with. The Chessmen Club, based on our mission statement and the men involved, is something that's near and dear to me. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a great learning lesson for other organizations, right? To honor folks doing good in your community that may not already know about your organization can lead to lifelong service. It can lead to lifelong financial contributions. It could lead to lifelong volunteerism and greater impact. And so if any folks are out there watching that are thinking, how do we grow our mission? How do we recruit folks into our organization to advance what the work it is we do? Creating opportunities and bridging the gap through awards and recognition programs is a great way. And you're a great example of that. You're a testimony to that, Peter. What were you acknowledged for, if you don't mind me asking?
At the time, I was working with youth. So I was assisting a group of men over at Second Baptist running our Black Boy Scout troop. I was also involved with a scholarship program called I Have a Dream. I was very active at our local YMCA and also participated in our church.
Amazing. Yeah. And I know you don't know much about me, but underserved and diverse populations are something I have a passion for myself. In some of my other work, Peter, I recently went and spoke at an HBCU, Kentucky State University, several weeks ago. And I've done a lot of work with the RBI ACE program with the Chicago White Sox in my back in my days of baseball, and I'm still connected to some of those communities. And it's something that I find passion in as well, is making sure that we are, as you said, united on all fronts, and we eliminate and reduce divisiveness and the polarizing conversations, because as it is, we're all just one person. And I'm so excited and honored to be alongside you, which is going to be March 14th.
That's right, Saturday.
The 68th Annual Chessmen Club Community Service Gala at the Holiday Inn Chicago North Shore. If you don't know much about it, scan that QR code. It'll take you directly to the Chessmen Club's website. You can learn more about the gala, purchase your tickets, find out all about the fun we're going to have that night, and I'll be in the house raising money. We're going to crack that $200,000 mark. You have my word, Peter. Don't hold me to it, though. But I like a good challenge, and I'm a competitor. So if you don't mind, talk a little bit about the upcoming gala, right? As we mentioned, the funds are raised for scholarships and to help offset operational costs. But what are some of the other exciting things? I know we're honoring the police chief of Evanston, another police chief from Wisconsin. We have three awards to be offered as well. So talk a little bit about the upcoming gala, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. First, I have to give a shout out to our amazing event planner, Miss Lisa McGowan with AWA. She is amazing. She was the person that connected us, Chris. So can't always have to start out with acknowledging her and her wonderful team that keeps us as a group of volunteers organized. And each year we we continue to exceed our goals. So definitely looking forward to working with you on that front. A little bit about the event. I mean, we talked about it earlier. So we acknowledge individuals who have made a huge impact on our local Black community. This year, we're acknowledging two amazing sisters. They're twins, so they're town-home favorites. They both graduated from ETHS. They've gone on to get their, advanced education, and both of them individually one is Shanita Stewart, who is the chief of police at our Evanston Police Department, and the other woman who graduated from ETHS, also Shanella, her twin sister, I believe is in Wisconsin in the town of Beloit, but fact check that. And if I made that mistake, then
Okay.
hopefully we can clear it up later.
I'll
And then
hold
the
that
other
to you like you
woman,
hold me to $200,000, Peter.
you bet, done.
All right.
And then the other woman is Miss Wanda Reed, who has been at the high school for decades. And the role that she plays, and along with other things, but one of the things, she supervises the students who are in inside suspension. And I will have to confess that I was one of those students for acting up in class and couldn't keep my mouth shut. And for many people who remember, you only have to be in front of her once, just once. You don't want to be a repeat offender. But we appreciate her not only because of the work that she has done to, really help and correct the behavior of some of our students who have a lot of energy, who it's sometimes hard to stay focused in a classroom. And you will have a chance to meet her. She's 90 plus and have served our high school community for so many years. And so when you have a member and we go around the table and we're like, okay, who's made the most impact this year that we haven't honored? Definitely both of the chiefs were at the top of the list, and she was right there with all of her years of service at the high school. She's now, if she isn't retired, she's close to retirement. And she has had an impact on so many of our ETHS graduates at some point. And again, you only have to see her once.
That's the last time you want to be in her presence in a bad respect, right? She's going to set you straight. And I can't wait to meet her in just a couple months and honor her and both chiefs of police, twin sisters, nonetheless. How exciting. And I want to say intimidating, right? But like you, Peter, I got in some trouble back in the day in high school and had a little detention myself. So I know the value of a good educator, making sure that you get set straight. Just one time.
That's it.
As a matter of fact, I was telling somebody the other day about it. In high school, I ended up mouthing off to a teacher, and I got sent home a little bit early. And that was the last time I mouthed off to a teacher, and then that person ended up becoming my assistant baseball coach, and we became best of friends.
Wow.
And
that's the way it works in small towns. Yep.
It's exactly the way it works. And while Evanston's not entirely a small town, it is a small knit community. And I know the Chessmen Club are tightly knit as well and have been in existence, as I said, since 1958. And feels like I'm just getting to know more about it. And I'm so excited to uplift and talk more about what it is you folks do. But before we sign off, I just wanted to give you an opportunity, Peter. Where can folks connect with you? How can they get a hold of you if they want to learn more about what it is you do in the Chessmen Club? And then, hype that 30-second elevator pitch of the Chessmen Club one last time.
Oh, you're the man. I appreciate it. And thank you so much. And all of the many folks that have been in front of our crowd, I definitely love your energy. This platform is great. So I thank you on behalf of our organization, the families that we serve, the scholars that we help to groom to be future leaders. I appreciate that and looking forward to connecting with you soon. Again, our organization is simple. We're a group of volunteers, Black men. We love our community and we love to serve. We feel it is our responsibility to take care of our own. And we do that in partnership with our local Black churches, our local governments. Many of our members, like myself, has served in some capacity. So we do believe as service, as a community service, is a model to make an impact on the people that you care about. The event, it is a Black Tie Gala. You mentioned that it's Saturday, March 14th. I believe we start at 6 o'clock. If you're interested in learning more, please visit us at our website, www.chessmenclub.com. And I appreciate the banner at the bottom of the screen. And there you can, there's info to learn more. You can submit to request more information. But more importantly, it's an open event. And if people are interested, we'd love to have you attend as a guest and learn more and support what we do.
Absolutely. It's going to be an exciting night. It is chessmenclub.org, I believe, right? .org. So I know you said .com and then
should get you there, but yes.
Yeah, no, the QR code will take you directly to chessmenclub.org.
Thank you.
I was laughing because Sia's so good, Peter, that when you said .com, she took the website down and put it back up as .com when it's really .org. So we got a lot of chaos going on, but you so eloquently described what it is the Chessmen Club is all about. And I'm excited to get to work alongside you, get to meet all of the members, uplift this amazing organization, work to raise as much money as possible so you guys can continue benefiting those you serve and providing scholarships and food baskets and health forums and partnerships, and the list goes on and on. So thank you for all your work. Thank you for coming on the show today. This has been an honor and a pleasure. We'll talk more behind the scenes as we plan the gala. Of course, I got to get my tuxedo pressed. Good news, I have some time for it. But this has just been a heck of a great conversation. It's been an honor to get to know you.
Yes.
Stick around backstage. We're going to talk a little bit more about what's to come after this show. But this show, as you heard, Peter, would not be possible without my great sponsor, Speakeasy Custom Tattoo. I don't know if you have any tattoos, but if you're in the market for one, check out Speakeasy Custom Tattoo in Wicker Park. They're my personal tattoo artist and just a great, great, great business, and they give back in so many ways. You haven't quite yet met Cia Satorat, my producer with Brilliant Beam Media. If not for her and her business and partnership, this show would not be possible because I'm just a talking head, and she's the one making all the magic happen with QR codes and websites and images and graphics. And so without her, this would not be possible. But Peter, we're going to kick into a commercial and say goodbye. So I want to just say one last time, thank you for joining us. Stick around backstage. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you March 14th, and hail, hail.
Thank you.
Falling asleep with your neck in the wrong position can be a real pain in the neck. Literally. People of all ages are falling for Tossie. Tossie gives you the comfort you've always dreamed of. Go to TossieBrands.com and get your comfort on.